It's week 3 of the 2024 season. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Cowboys. And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
That's right. Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And he's coming off a season where he showed everyone that he's worth every single penny he was given. He now has 2 MVP trophies on his resume and was on the verge of adding a Lamar Hunt trophy to go with it. Unfortunately, things didn't work out in his favor, but make no mistake about it. He's truly one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. As long as he's the man under center, they'll always be in championship conversation.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 51 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Jackson steps away to his left. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's first and 10.
Check.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Johnson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
When I look back at the stats from last week's game,
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. And the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
To throw is Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
Here we go. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Here we go. Ready, take. Ready, take. Ready, take.
4th down, Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Oh, this is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Johnson operating from the gun. Now looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a 2nd. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
Go. Get up.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Now the whole First and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Come on. Ready,
They'll bring
go.
one of the tight ends in motion left.
Go.
They go option right on second and goal. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
It's Marcus Williams who got in there to knock that away. You look at this Baltimore defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We've got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Going for it, it's Mitchell.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. 2nd and 9 now.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Ready.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Prescott now. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Prescott off play action. And that is incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it. Punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Jackson now. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And just shutting him off there. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around. Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession. Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 40-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. That one goes for 8 yards. The Cowboys at 2-0. In the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Prescott to throw it. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here we go.
In motion, the tight end. Prescott yet again. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
Now Prescott. That's another one complete to Mitchell. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw is Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Marquise Bell in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he fires one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now Prescott.
He's into space past the 25.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
To throw is Prescott.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Throwing. Prescott. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Why here? Kill.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
I'm gonna go. Hey, you. 13.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young with 2 touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Derek Carr, a touchdown pass in the victory. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point, the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach that, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hit 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Yeah! Here we go! Waiting!
Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Yes! Here we go! Waiting!
On second and a long way to go. Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. From the gun, Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Throwing is Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Prescott now. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. First down, here's Mitchell. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Yeah, here we go.
Now Prescott on 4th down. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll drop to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 33, here's 2nd and a couple. And again, it's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, he finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. This 2nd and 4.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go. What do you think?
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll run the option to start the drive. The quick feet breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, Finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now it's Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 50. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 52 yards. And the Cowboys take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So they had the chance to tie it, but a huge turn of events here as now this becomes a 2-score game the other way.
And for such a critical kick, the blocking has to be better. Brandon, that reminds me of a game that you call. Became famous, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Florida State,
That's
Georgia
right.
Tech, right? Didn't you have something similar?
Yep, a block kick return late. Unbelievable. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Play action. It's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Play action now, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Warren. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Mitchell is in. Touchdown, Dallas. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Jackson now. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Again, Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Jackson.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And the Ravens have got it.
Touching. Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Right back to Mitchell here.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, here's Mitchell. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted,
and he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Dallas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis.